Hello and welcome, this is Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. We're doing the side stories today, Understanding Part 2. Right, yeah, fucking mouthful, let's just get straight to it. Come on, begin this side story, yep, let's go. For the first time, Saru is the first to enter the club room. Anxiety, it courses through her relentlessly. Will Yuri show up today? Sitting at her desk, she stamps her feet in an attempt to calm down. Why am I letting this affect me so much? I'm doing everything I can to make Yuri happy. But my best wasn't good enough. But it was still my best. But I'm letting everyone down. I'm always just a disappointment. Saru continues to wrestle with her self-deprecating thoughts. Every tiny noise causes her to lift her head in anticipation of Yuri's arrival. Minutes pass, and nobody enters the club room. Not Yuri or Monika. Gosh, I'm so late. Why did I offer to help the other students with their work? I'm such a pushover sometimes. It's going to leave such a bad impression on the new club members if Yuri if I'm not the first one there. Monika rounds the corner, approaching the club room. As she does so, Yuri? Yuri jumps at the sound of Monika's voice. She's sitting outside the club room, against the wall next to the door. Embarrassed, she quickly closes the book she was reading and stands up. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry I'm late. You didn't have to wait outside for me. The door to the club room is open. It's not. Yuri stammers, unable to explain herself. She peers inside the club room through the window, then looks away. Actually, it's just that I was wondering if I could help you today instead. Huh? Me? With club publicity stuff? Yes. Monika is utterly confused. Why is Yuri asking this all of a sudden, when she was so eager to spend time with Saru before? Yeah, why is that? Did they not get along after all? Monika looks into the club room herself to see Saru sitting alone inside. Okay, it's kind of a simple job, but I'll be happy for you to tag along. Me too. Monika is worried, but she finds it difficult to insert herself into whatever conflict that may have arisen. It's a little ironic, she realises, that she could be so conflict avoidant after having been in the debate club. Okay, let's take a walk together. I'll just have to make copies of this new flyer, then go around to the billboards and replace the old ones with the new ones. Yuri nods and the two set off. The two walk in silence. Without Saru, Monika finds it quite difficult to strike up a conversation. So, how has everything been going? Fine. That's good. Neither of them follow up with anything more. Monika tenses up with a stinted conversation. How the heck did Saru do it? I'm sorry I didn't see you yesterday. I went straight to the computer lab to work on the flyers. Saru told me. What did you two end up doing yesterday? Just some reading. Oh, I'm glad. It's really starting to feel more like a literature club now. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I felt so intimidated at first when I heard about the kind of reading you're into. You know, it's kind of stupid of me because I'm just intimidated by things I'm not good at. It's silly to assume that everyone who comes to the club will just have the same interests as me. But it's so cool you're able to get Saru into it. It's like the club is working. I'm really happy about that. She's not into it. Huh? She's not into it. And I'm stupid for forcing it onto her. Yuri falls silent again, as if she started her thought but can't figure out how to continue. Did something happen? Yuri sighs. No, it's just me. It's just... Yuri pauses. I'm thinking. A moment passes in silence then Yuri shakes her head. I shouldn't be complaining to you all of a sudden. Don't be silly. I won't think you're complaining. I just want to make sure you feel welcome. If it's important to that, then you can tell me anything. Well, I do feel welcome. Too welcome, I guess. It's not an issue with the club, just an issue with me. So I feel wrong to inconvenience you with it. Monika pauses and thinks. Well, What if we put it this way? It's my job as president to understand the needs of the club members, right? Well, we're going to have all kinds of people join this club, hopefully anyways. I learn about the diverse needs and interests of people who will help me come up with club activities that everyone can be happy with. Not just only some people. Of course. I need to be looking out for everyone, otherwise what kind of club would it be? I see. Yuri looks a little more relaxed. It signals to Monika that switching from a sympathetic approach to a pragmatic one was a good choice. Each individual truly does have their own needs. Okay. Yuri takes a deep breath. I'm a really weird and awkward person. I've accepted that about myself. I just don't know how to, I guess, connect with other people. How is it so easy for everyone else? How do you just make conversation about any arbitrary topic? I can talk for hours about the things I'm into, unfortunately, so much that I don't know when to stop. But for anything else, I just have no idea what to say. So I understand that about myself. I'm just not good with people. I can't help it. So it feels like whenever I'm confronted with a new social situation, I'm either ignored or made fun of, or taken pity on. And sorry falls into the third category. What? Hold on, you're saying that sorry is taking pity on you? She don't know how to do that. Yuri nods. I just want to be treated like a normal person. If you don't like me or you don't connect with my interests, then just tell me. I can accept that and move on. Sorry is too nice to me. I'm so stupid for not realizing that she would just go along with whatever I pushed onto her. Nobody deserves to put themselves through that kind of discomfort just because they pity some weirdo who doesn't know how to make friends. It's the worst feeling. I hate it. Yuri's sharp words cut through the tense air. Somewhere in the middle of the conversation, the two stopped short in the hallway, prioritizing the conversation over their original task. Monika looks at Yuri. Yuri only looks down, with her fists clenched. I think you should tell her that. I could never say that to someone's face. It's pathetic. Sayori is different. Making people happy is the most important thing to her. I'm sure that's all she's trying to do. So, if you are able to explain to her what makes you happy, then she'll do anything to make it happen. That's the problem. What kind of friendship is one person always trying to cater to the other person's weird needs? I'm sorry, I'm making myself sound so... No, I think I'm starting to understand. Monika hesitates to finish her thought out loud. It's something that Sayori would be able to say better. Sayori is someone who will give anyone however much kindness they need in order to smile. But Yuri, who has difficulty accepting kindness, must be driving Sayori to be even more assertive in her kindness, further exacerbating the matter. Neither person is to blame, but it's an issue that can't be resolved without them understanding each other better. Sayori wants you to be your friend, I promise you that. It's okay for different people to have different needs. I mean, Sayori, she has her own needs too. But good friends work together and can be what they need for each other. You just have to be good communication and talk about it. I don't have good communication. Get it? Yuri stops and shakes her head. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. My head is it's so resistant to everything. I'm pushing such a kind person away from me because of it. Yuri pauses to think and drink. I'm so tired of this cycle I'm creating for myself. I think I'm so afraid of people pushing me away that I just push them away first. How thoughtless and immature of me. Yuri takes a deep breath and exhales. I don't mean for this to turn into a whole venting session. But I understand now that I just need to communicate with her. Haha, you're totally fine. It's for the club, remember? You're just helping make the club a better place for everyone. Yeah. Yuri falls silent again. She looks like she wants to say something. This is kind of critical thinking. That's something I'm really bad at. You know, about people. So, thank you. Anytime. Yuri smiles at Yuri. For just a moment, Yuri finds it in herself to meet Monika's gaze. return a shy smile of her own. Ah, cute. Yuri and Monika finished replacing the old flyers with the new ones. More accurately, Monika mostly did the work while Yuri followed along. But as the club room once again draws near, so does Yuri's confrontation. I can't do this. Yes, you can. It'll be great. Yuri sighs and shakes her head. I'm never going to feel confident enough. I just have to do it. If I don't do it now, I never will. Yuri starts towards the door, but turns to face Monika. You're not just going to wait outside, are you? Haha, I can take a walk. Want me to get you coffee or something? Actually, I prefer tea. I like to make my own though, so please don't worry about it. Although I suppose there's one downside of reading here in the club rather than at home. I don't get to drink tea while reading. Sorry, I guess that has nothing to do with this. You know, now that you mention it, I bet we could get permission to keep stuff for tea in the club room. Throwbacks to the original main story, eh? I love the links. You can use, like, an electric kettle to heat up water, right? Would that really be possible? I'll look into it. I'll think it'll be great. Yuri smiles and nods at the thought. Well, I'll be back in a bit. Good luck. Monika waves at Yuri, then turns around and departs down the hallway as Yuri's smile fades once more. A moment of daydreaming about tea isn't enough to save her from the anxiety of the task that lies before her. But it must be done. Taking one more deep breath, Yuri timidly opens the club room door. Why do I keep saying classroom? Yuri? Wait, hold on, I'm not done yet. So he shuffles a bunch of papers around. Yuri stammers, her words suddenly caught in her throat. At that moment, she realised how Yuri's been spending her afternoon. I wasn't expecting you to come today. I was really hoping to make it all the way through the next chapter first, but I got most of the way through it. And look! So he holds up a sheet of paper. It's a page of notes, beautifully produced with indentations, categories, even colour coding. As Yuri sees it, her expression shifts from anxiety to despair. I was afraid that you were getting disappointed in me, so I've been trying really hard. Stop. Yuri presses her fist against her forehead. Please stop. I can't take this. Yuri? Sayori's voice quivers in shock after having received the exact opposite response she was expecting. I'm sorry. Sayori looks away in guilt. Did I do something wrong? I don't understand. So if I did something wrong, please tell me. Yuri shakes her head. No, it's me. I keep putting myself in these situations where people are afraid to treat me normally. If you're at this kind of reading, it's okay. Please just tell me. I don't need to be treated differently, just because I'm weird. I don't treat you differently. I just want my friends to be happy. So I thought if we did something together that you really like, I don't want your pity. Huh? Why did I do that? Yuri sinks to her knees. Her voice squeaks. I'm sorry. Tears of guilt and self-loathing begin to stream down her face. This isn't how it's supposed to go. Why is it so hard to articulate your thoughts? Why do you end up pushing everyone away from you? Yuri's mind pounds with internal accusations as she shuts her eyes, unable to face Sayori or the rest of the world. She should leave, just escape from here, before Monika sees her like this, and before Sayori tells Monika what she did. Before Yuri can put any strength into her legs, she feels a warm pair of arms gently wrap around her from behind. Ah, that's cute. It's okay. Sayori whispers in a soothing voice. It's okay. It's okay. Overcome by despair, Yuri finds herself unable to protest or pull away from Sayori's kind gesture. That's cute. Yuri sniffles, breathing heavily through clenched throat, trying with all her willpower to control herself. I understand. I'm just trying to get pictures. I understand the things you're feeling in your head are different from the things you're trying to say. I know it must be what you're feeling right now. I promise I understand that. So I'll give you as much time as you need. When you're ready, Just tell me your feelings and we'll talk about them together, okay? Yuri sniffles again and nods her head. She gives herself a minute to compose her thoughts, then speaks while steadying her voice. I think I've gotten so used to people being weirded out by me that it feels like anyone who's nice to me is just doing that out of pity. I'm so horrible with people, so it makes me not want to believe that someone can actually like me for who I am. Yuri pauses, but Sari doesn't interrupt. Rather, she waits for Yuri to continue. I got so excited when I joined the literature club. I thought it was finally a chance to make friends through my interests, because my interests are the only thing I know how to talk about. It's all I have going for me. But then, whenever I catch myself getting overly obsessive in front of other people, it feels like I'm making a fool of myself. I hate myself for it. Ultimately, I just want to be treated like a normal person, but how am I supposed to expect that when I can't behave like one? I just want to learn how to get along with people and stop ruining things for myself. That's all. That's all, folks. Yuri finishes her thoughts, feeling more steady after having gotten them out. Sorry, you can feel Yuri's breath rise and fall from beneath her arms, realizes that as well. Thank you for helping me understand you a little better. You know, you were so great at helping me while we were reading, so I'll help you with the things you need to, but I feel like it would be just frustrating for you with how much patience I require sometimes. Hehe, that sounds kind of familiar. I couldn't stop worrying about that while we were reading. I was so afraid that you would get frustrated with me, but I would never do that. I did my best to reassure you by mentioning how I have a lot of patience. Yeah, I know, but my irrational fears just won't be quiet sometimes. I'm sure it's the same for you, right? Yeah, irrational fears. Well, you know, there's no way you could frustrate me because I already like you as the person that you are. I know you said that you have a hard time believing that, but I promise that it's true. You don't have to be a social person for people to like you. I think you're really considerate in your own way, you know, worrying so much about other people's feelings. We're all kind of weird. It's a literature club. But it's the best part that we're all different and have different interests. Like, about the book. I'm reading it because I want to. I promise. That's what I really want. It's a bit of a struggle, but try not to mistake that for me not enjoying it. I mean, we can never discover new things if we didn't try them first, right? I want to learn the reasons that you love it so much. And in the end, if it's not for me, then I can say that I'll be glad that I tried it and learned more about you. Plus, you're like super duper smart. And I want that to rub off on me. Yuri fights back a smile at that comment. Oh, that's cute. Already, the heavy atmosphere surrounding her seems to have evaporated through the caresses of Saru's arms. Your hair is so pretty. I've always wanted long hair. I was awful at taking care of it, so I cut it all off. Yuri's tension relaxes. For once, she feels okay just listening rather than worrying about about saying the right thing. Ugh. Saru's sensing Yuri's comfort lets her rest. It must be so difficult for her to feel relaxed around other people. But if the literature club can make it happen, then it's something that she deserves to experience. Refill. Well then, based on my understanding of your feelings, I suppose I wouldn't mind if we were to continue reading. Hehehe, that's what I wanted to hear. But we can stop any time. If you truly don't like it, please be honest about it. I won't be offended. Of course. I'm not going to judge anything this early on though. So we'll just see what happens. Oh, and it's not good to touch people without their consent first. Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. Oh, you didn't. I mean, I suppose it's kind of nice. I was just saying. Back! Monika's back! I haven't seen you, like, at all recently. So trots over to Monika. Ah, she whispers loudly. Can I hug you? Ah, sure, Sayuri. Sayuri wraps her arms around Monika. Oh yeah, Yuri, it might be good to know. Sayuri can be kind of a hug monster. Ah, hey, don't call me a monster. Artemis is a monster. If he inherits the kingdom, it could spell disaster. Haha. Yuri laughs. Monika perplexedly looks between the two of them, then smiles. Well, I'm glad you've been enjoying your reading so far. It's like our first real activity as the Literature Club. Ah, about that. Well, you've been so patient with exploring my interests. I think that it would be inconsiderate of me not to return the favour to you and learn about the things you like. Yes! You like poetry? Yuri smiles. Well, let's get straight to the poetry then. Oh, that's it then. You know, I really like Yuri's, I never really thought of getting a book or even writing a book and just getting well, it makes sense when you're writing, but when you're actually reading the book, just making notes and that as you do it, read through it, really deep ones, that's pretty good actually. I usually make the notes in my head and forget about it, but that's just me. Well, time for me to go to the main story and try and unlock some more stories, so until then, I'll see you next time, take care, bye bye. I'll try and be on time, but yeah, see you next time.